make it more fun, because like I said, sometimes it's not always fun. So, okay, let's say on a scale of 0 to 100, we're at a level of 20 maybe for the fun we're having. We're killing it in class, maybe we're real tired. So we're not having that much fun to normal people's perspective. How do I make it a little bit more fun? How do I raise the bar from a 20 on 0, 1 to 100 to a 50? If we can bring it up to a 50, that's a great thing. You just did your job right there. You made the exercise a little bit more fun. Remember this, 9 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, humans make decisions emotionally, and then we justify it with our logic. Think about that. 9 times out of 10, humans make decisions emotionally, and then we justify it with our logic. It's not the other way around. You're not logical. You're not logical, people. And you know what? I'm no better. Right? I don't make decisions logically either. So that's why, what I said before about the pain and pleasure dictating all your behavior, you better darn well sit down and say, what mental links do I have to exercise? What mental links do I have to food? How am I pairing pain and pleasure to these different things? Because you first need to have a grasp on yourself. Put it down on paper. I always say, train your brain. You train your body, you got to train your brain. All right, that's really what I'll leave off with here. You have to train your brain. Put it down on paper. What are your current pain and pleasure links to food, certain foods, and exercise? Put that down on paper. Then you're going to do on a different piece of paper. If you're going to be successful, what kind of links do you need now? What would be, if you could start from scratch with a blank slate in your mind, what would be the pain and pleasure links towards certain foods? If I could start all over again, I would say, okay, Big Macs, I'm going to link massive amounts to pain. I'm going to feel terrible, I'm going to have those extra 600 calories, right? Moment on the lips, lifetime on the hips, that whole thing, right? Carbo crash in an hour, you're all mentally weirded out, right? You just feel like absolute crap after that. So if I could just mind meld myself and say, blank slate, I'm linking all the pain to the Big Mac. And I'm going to link as much pleasure as possible to exercise. Runner's high. I feel accomplished. I feel great. Put that down on paper. Don't just talk about it. You have to train your brain just like you train your body. And the other thing I'm going to say, and I'll close with this, know your own personal motivation buttons. We all have things that work for us, and you need to know what they are. You watch the best athletes in the world, the most successful people, they all know off the top of their head what are their most inspirational movies. What songs get them the most fired up? We all have our playlists, right? What quotes? What people do you surround yourself with to give you the most motivation? Put it down on paper. Again, don't leave it to chance. Don't just say, yeah, I know my quotes, I know my songs. Because you know what, you're going to get tired one day. If you don't have that playlist, if you haven't been watching those movies, talking to those people, you have these already available. These are motivation buttons that are inside of you. You have to know how to press your on button. Okay? Talking about what we said before about surrounding yourself with people who get you excited and fired up. My brother Jeff and I, the handsome guy holding the camera over there.
Get him, Jeff. Get him, Jeff.
We wrestled at the University of Pennsylvania together. Very high level athletes. That's not putting down the other guy. He was the highest ranked at all of us, the youngest one. But be that as it may, we do 6 a.m. workouts, lifts in the morning. No one feels like being there, right? No one feels like being there. But we acted as if we wanted to be there. We were around people with similar goals, and we started feeding off each other. We'd start saying my favorite Muhammad Ali quotes, the other person with their Bruce Lee quotes, Arnold Schwarzenegger. We got ourselves fired up. We knew our quotes. I had my playlist. My brother had his. Someone else had theirs. And we knew that if we had to watch a motivational movie before, we did that. This is what successful people naturally do all the time. So you just need to copy what they do. It's all available to you. You already have your own buttons. You could watch other people and see what they do and take some things from them. But you already have them built in. You just need to know what they are, have it down on paper, and press those buttons when the time comes.
I like what you said because I'm a dietitian, so I have both clinical patients and clients.
Yeah.
But I had a morbidly obese African American woman, and she said, "It's easy for you." And I'm like, "What? I ride my bike 4 hours on the weekends, and I lift weights 3 times a week. It's not easy."
I'm sure every time you feel like doing that, right?
Yeah, I love it when I.
But
but I do it, and so I just wanted to comment and say that I like what you just said. It's not easy for anyone, but we do it.
Yeah, well, again, there's a dedication and a commitment level to it, and after certain, but most